Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back into more Amberlynn Reid content today. Now this is part 3 of the Q&As, and today I'm feeling much better, no pain, no medication, so I'm not going to be acting a fool like I was yesterday, or the day before. It was the day before anyway. Yeah, I made it 2 days ago because I'd had a rest day, and then I'm up today, so it's been 2 days, but I'm feeling much better. Benjo is in the room because it is later at night, and I did obviously work today, so Benjo's in the room. You hear any noises, that is him, but we'll get straight into the rest of the questions I didn't do in the last video. Alright, so we're starting off the first question, which is, you previously said you've had Twinkie longer than any other animal, but that isn't true. To which Amber replies, I've had Wasabi the longest, but Twinkie is the oldest, so I misspoke, which I guess I don't really know if this is really important to anything. I mean, just another lie to add to the long list of lies that Amber has already told. Alright, moving on to question 2, which is, oh no, alright. God damn it. I remember this one from Jordan's video. Why do you hate Mr. Snowflake so much? He is the nicest out of all the reaction channels. To which Amber replies, he has said/lied about some awful shit, but the worst of all is he's saying a 12-year-old child is lying about being M. He can rot. Alright, so I have no idea where to even start with this because there's just so much to unpack. Like, first and foremost, at that particular time he was calling you out, I believe you were in your 20s, not the age of 12. Like, you trying to say that he was saying a 12-year-old is a liar is very manipulative. And then on top of that, you're now in your mid-30s. For you to say that again, he was telling a 12-year-old is a liar, is very, very manipulative. That is so disingenuous. Secondly, I don't know whether or not he called you a liar because I haven't seen the specific video, but I have seen his recent video that he made, I believe, yesterday or the day before, which shows you changing your story so many times. Like, you changed your age from like 7, 8, 9 to 12, 13, 14, and then you changed your the person that did it from a cousin to a family friend, and then you changed what actually happened, which was there was touching, there was no touching, there was physical touching, there was no physical touching, there was intimate touching, there was no intimate touching, they touched your hair, they brushed past you, they were saying things that made you feel uncomfortable. But then you also said it wasn't actually SA, but SH, and you believe that anyone making you feel slightly uncomfortable is SH. Then on top of that, you also have the allegation towards Casey, which you yourself have admitted that you taken back, and you said that you used the wrong word, which you framed him of an allegation, which you can't use the wrong word when you frame someone of an allegation. Like, you yourself framed him for something that is more than just a word. So again, you have a history of doing this thing. And then on top of all of that, when Casey came out with his own allegations, which I don't know if they was fully supported with evidence, so I'm not going to say that he was telling the truth or he was lying. I'm just going to say that you had the opportunity to set the record straight and you refused to do so, which if you as a person are being accused of a certain thing, you would think you would want to set the record straight. Like, even if no one would believe you, you would want to put your story out there in order to actually fix the situation or attempt to not specifically sway people, but give people the opportunity to choose whether or not they choose to believe you. Like, give them all of the information so that way they can make their own informed decision. Like, you have so many things going against you that you can't really blame people for not actively choosing to believe you. Like, I'm not going to say that you're a liar, but I'm going to be heavily skeptical about why I don't necessarily believe you, but I don't necessarily say you're not a liar either. I'm in the middle, and I'm not going to really say one way or the other. Alright, so we have question 3, which is, why do you only respond to the negative questions? To which Amber replies, I normally don't, but I do allow myself some room to explain/stick up for myself on days where I think it's needed. Now, Amber does pick mostly negative questions, and I think it's more so the fact that she likes doing it in order to really play the victim in the situation, because she feels like if she puts them in the forefront of a lot of her videos, she can go really like, see or look at the unnatural amount of hate I get. It's like, there's no reason for this to happen, but it happens specifically because it's me. And I think it's more so to really pull a pity party, but at the same time, I think she also uses it as sort of like a validation towards herself. And there's another thing that she also does, which is picks a lot of intimate questions, which is extremely weird, Amber. Like, even if people aren't necessarily messaging you these things, but you create them yourself, like, you don't need to put that at the forefront of your videos. You don't need to answer those questions in the first place. In fact, a lot of people would appreciate if you didn't talk about the things you did with your partners or by yourself. Like, we don't really want to know. And if anyone does actually want to know, those are weird, creepy people that probably should be blocked from your Instagram and your YouTube. All right, so we're moving on to question 4, which is, are you using AI to respond to these questions? To which Amber replies, no, but it's weird you asked because I did use today for the moon. I knew it! I bloody knew it! Even high me guessed that shit. I was high the other day, like, not actually, recreational. I was just on medication that caused me to be extremely loopy, but even I was like, yeah, there is no way in hell that she is this smart. And I was right. I called that shit. All right, back to the answer. It's genuinely helped me bring all my thoughts together in one place. Big yikes, Amber. I also didn't want to say anything that wasn't backed up with facts. Again, AI is a big yikes. That's like going to Wikipedia for like a college thesis. Don't do that, guys. Don't use AI for facts. Don't be like Amber. Side note, AI is low-key starting to freak me out. Now, I watched this AI video the other day, which was hilarious. I watched it about 10 times over. Keeping in mind, I was also still very loopy at the time, but it was like an AI image video, an image turned into a video of, like, the guy walking with his girlfriend, but he looks back because, like, there's a hotter girl behind them. All of a sudden, it turned into the two girls kicking the crap out of him. And I was laughing my ass off for a good half an hour watching that same video. Literally half an hour passed. That's how loopy I was watching the same video. Alright guys, this is the end of the second Q&A questions. We're moving on to the third set now. So just for the time's sake, I wanted to mention that so you guys know that, I'm not mixing them all up. They are somewhat in order. I just didn't finish the last couple the other day because I was not all there. Alright, so starting the new Q&A, we start off with question 1, which is, will you respond to Mr. Snowflake's recent video on his Under the Hood account? To which Amber replies, I do not and will not watch his videos. Everything I have seen and heard is through the grapevine. I even had to go as far as clicking hide this channel on YouTube because it keeps popping up in my recommendations. Out of all the time he has been on YouTube, I've only watched maybe 5 of his videos, and that was back when I was with Jade. So it's been a hot minute and it will stay that way. So no. Now, I agree and disagree for a couple things. First and foremost, if you want to hide his channel, that's fine. That's up to you. That's really your own recommendations. That being said, the reason why he's in your recommendations is because you have watched his videos and you have watched other reaction channels. So you're going to be recommended his videos. Now, I do not agree with you saying that everything you have heard and seen through the grapevine, because that is not true, because you just admitted and contradicted yourself in the answer that you yourself have watched his videos. Now, I don't agree with talking on things that you don't know about. So if you do not watch his videos and hear and see the things with your own eyes and ears, don't respond to them. You can acknowledge it, but you don't respond to it. That's what I do. I say, all right, I have heard about it, but I have not seen it for myself, so therefore I'm not speaking on it. Easiest way to go about it. And it's also the easiest way to keep yourself out of trouble. Now, ultimately, you don't have to respond if you don't want to. I mean, I feel like he probably just uses a lot of responses from your own channel and your own mouth, so therefore you don't really have a way of rebuttaling the video. So just play ignorant, I guess. That's the best you can do. Like, you do you, I guess. Question 2, we have, do you play any table games at the casino or just stick to the slot machines? To which Amber replies, just stick to the slots. I wanted to play roulette or whatever it's called, but I haven't gotten the chance. Which is kind of weird because wouldn't you think, I mean, unless the tables themselves are all taken up, I think you don't really have to worry about not giving it a choice. Like, just go over and play it. Like, unless all the tables are taken, like I said, just play the game. Just do it. Moving on to question 3, we have, what's your obsession right now? To which Amber replies, highlighters and word searches. Now, I have a feeling, and this is probably just a feeling, Amber is saying highlighters and word searches, but the highlighters are not for the word searches. They're probably just for her to sniff. Like, I feel like if I walk into Tommy's house, she would probably be in the corner huffing that crap. Moving on to question 4, we have, do you think people confuse your kindness for weakness? That's kind of the vibe I get. To which Amber replies, maybe, but my kindness is never weakness. Neither is sensitivity or empathy. Now, I agree, but I do not agree with Amber having sensitivity or empathy or weakness. Those three things are not in that woman's vocabulary unless she's pulling out the victim card. Absolutely not. That girl does not have a shred of kindness, and if it does seem like she's being kind, you're about to get used or abused in some way. Flat out. Sorry, don't care. Question 5, we have any new diet plans coming up that you want to start soon? To which I'm thinking about it, yes. She might be thinking about it, but it's not going to work because Gurl is a feeder now, so that's not going to work out. And even if she tries to, girl boss Tommy is not going to allow that to happen. See, what she's going to do is manipulate Amber through the idea of implanting thoughts of food in her head. So she's going to remind Amber of all the delicious foods that they're out there that Amber can eat, and then Amber's going to break because she has no willpower, and then it's going to be a vicious cycle of rinse and repeat. Moving on to question 6, we have, are you ready to experience / deal with the snow this winter? To which Amber replies, I have dealt with snow for the past 13 years of my life. It has snowed in Virginia, Kentucky, and Oklahoma. Oklahoma. I just said Oklahoma instead of Oklahoma. What the hell is wrong with me today? Oh, Oklahoma. Oh, can we petition to call Amber that from now on? Oklahoma. Let me rephrase that, guys. I apologize. It has snowed in Virginia, Kentucky. Now I'm not even saying Kentucky, right? And it snowed in Oklahoma. I hate it. Oh my god, Oklahoma. Jesus Christ. Question 7, we have, how do you and Tommy handle all the hate? Amber replies with, I've been dealing with this for so long that I'm used to it. Honestly, I think she kind of thrives on the hate. Kind of like exposure therapy. Yeah, she definitely thrives on it. Just something I'm numb to at this point. No, Amber, you love it. I don't know how Tommy does it though. Apparently, she just gets mentally and emotionally abusive with her partners. Alexa's words, not mine. She's new to it, but she is so strong. Apparently not if she has bad mental health and abuses you for it. Has a whole life outside the internet. Not true. She hits up every fat chick she can find, and she's genuinely a good person. Amber, she has a body. She might not have actively taken that body, but she did help that body lose its life. So that's not a good person thing. She's also able to be cognitive of the fact that the hate does not define her. The hate does define her. She is a very bad person, Amber. You're just justifying it because she's, getting up in those fat rolls. On to the next one, we have, how are you tonight? To which Amber replies, it's currently 6:30 a.m. I woke up about an hour ago, but it's good. I'm trying to make a to-do list of the things I need to do today. Now, I'm confused, Amber, because I'm trying to think of what you do on a daily basis. Like, could you please show us a rundown of what your to-do list actually looks like? Like, post it, please, because I really want to see what it looks like. I'm very curious. All right, next question we have, do you read all the questions asked? To which Amber replies, no, I don't. I just randomly scroll and pick. If it's too awful or annoying, I won't reply. I'll just block. If it's too personal or something I don't feel like talking about, I won't reply, but normally just a random scroll decides on what I answer. She probably does read all the questions, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if she does. The thing is, she just doesn't want to answer many of them, so her saying no, she doesn't is sort of a justification of going, well, I can't read everything. I'm just going to do a random scroll. Amber is someone who will answer very intimate and personal questions if it gets her to brag. Like, Amber will brag about certain things that is very intimate that most people won't talk about. Like, talk about the feline thing where she's like, we have certain things like 10 times a day. People don't need to know that, but she brags about it because it's something to brag about. She doesn't really have a personal intimate. It's more so the fact that if she doesn't want to talk about something that hits too close to home or something she can't really justify, she's not going to speak about it. That's more so Amber's realm of not wanting to talk about it. Moving on to the next question we have, you tried cheese curds in Wisconsin? Squeaky cheese is the best. I'm guessing squeaky cheese is probably like a brand. I'm just showing my uncultured, takes right now. I tried cheese curds from Culver's, so damn tasty. Now, I'm not surprised. Anyone else surprised that Amber likes choosing the local delicacies? Hands up. Next question is, why were you only in the hotel for 16 hours? And Amber replies, because it was only for a night. And I think it was only to get like a double date and meet Alexis, because Amber is just that hard up for apparently friends that she's got to go for the two-faced Lex. Next one we have, I respect you protecting your peace and taking a break. Oh, please. Thank you for doing the Q&As. makes no sense because a lot of the Q&As are going to be hateful questions anyway, and it's going to be people trolling, so how is she protecting her peace? She's just too lazy to do her job. That's all it is. And then Amber replies, of course, love heart. We've only got a handful of questions left, but moving on to the next few, we have any fans approached you and Tommy yet? To which Amber replies, not Tommy. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to approach Tommy because they're not her fans, they're your fans, so people are not going to really care about her. But approached me in front of Tommy, yes. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. If the two of you are always together, people are going to approach you. Like, they're not approaching your girlfriend, they're approaching you. Multiple times, even in front of Alexis, lol. That is heavy shade right there. Amber knew full well what she was doing. That is heavy shade. Moving on to the next one, we have, does Tommy play video games? Do you play video games? To which Amber replies, nah, she doesn't really play video games, but I do. I'm definitely a video game girly. Alright, so then why did you shame Beck and Crystal for playing video games? Probably also Casey too, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, why throw shade at people for you being the exact same way, Amber? That is such a hypocritical thing. The new Mario Party comes out in a few days. I'm so excited. So am I. I love Mario Party. It is a really fun game. It's also a great way for me and my friends to hate each other, but we eventually make up. Moving on, we have what? I'm not even, no, absolutely not. Honestly, no, I'm just skipping this one. I don't care about that stupid ass video. Will you taste test your famous chili with Tommy? Yes, we plan to do that. Not surprising. Alright guys, we've got 2 more questions to go before we can move on to the next video, which is going to be more Q&As. Yay! Oh god, let's just get them over and done with, please. Second last question we have, by the way, Richard Mr. Snowflake to call you a cheater. He was flirting with his Discord members while married. Now, I personally haven't seen this, and I don't know whether or not it's true, so I'm not going to defend it, and I'm not going to say it was true and he did do those things. However, I do believe I have seen multiple people, and not just people in his chat, but other people's, like Jordan's from the Ankles, Salty Crabs, and I think even Karina Kaboom also had like people saying the exact same thing, which was that was misinformation spread by, I believe, one of Chantal's members in her live streams because she was raging about a video that Mr. Snowflake made, and essentially there was a story that supposedly was made up, and they were trying to make a point by saying false allegations about him to say that misinformation could be spread easily without evidence. Now, if that is true, and I've seen multiple comments, so I have no reason not to believe that from multiple people. So if that is true and Amber is running with misinformation, you might want to double check your facts before you take it as gospel, because that is not something that you should ever really take as gospel and really run with, because obviously it will happen to you and then you have no reason to really judge or cry about it later because you were doing the exact same thing. All right, we're on to the last question. Thankfully, we're nearly done, guys. Are you the happiest you've ever been because Tommy doesn't oppose your lifestyle choices? Oof, that is a big one. Now, you know Amber's going to be raging in this comment. To which Amber replies, I have been in 7 serious relationships. Casey, Crystal, Beck, Destiny, Wifey, Erica? No, we're not counting Erica. She was you were a side chick. That wasn't a serious relationship. Also, you never met each other in person, so that doesn't count. No, we're only counting 6. Get Erica out of there. Only one opposed my lifestyle choices, which was Farlene. Everyone else accepted it, me for who I was. If I wanted to lose weight, they would support that. If I didn't want to, then they would also support that. I'm kind of confused. Does that mean Wifey didn't support her losing weight, or was it Wifey wasn't supporting her gaining weight? Because Beck also didn't support you. So I don't know what that really means. Are you trying to throw shade at Wifey or what? Because Beck also didn't agree with you gaining weight. So your question doesn't make sense. It does make sense. Tommy wants me healthy and happy. That's not true. So she absolutely supports me in losing weight. That's not also true. Like, she will manipulate the argument. She can't outright say, hey, she wants you to stay the way you are, or she wants to gain weight, because then obviously it would be too obvious and that she is a feeder. So she's going to purposely say that you can lose weight, but then make it so that you would fail. And she's not going to make it outright act like you know, it's her fault. She's going to make it think it's your fault that you failed because you're known for failing in the diet. So she's going to put that on you. I wouldn't be with someone who didn't period, she's even willing to lose weight with me, which, I mean, no shade to her. She's a bit chunky, but I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, she's okay. I don't think it's a detriment to her health, which, me personally, I think a little extra weight is kind of hot. As long as you're not carrying, 40, 50 extra kilos like I was, I don't think that's appropriate. It is very unhealthy, but if you got a little extra pudge, nothing bad about that. It's actually kind of sexy. But that was way too personal. I'm sorry, guys. I should have brought that up. I apologize for that. Yeah, let's just end the video here, shall we? Before I get myself in any more trouble. Alright guys, as always, thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know how I'm doing, anything I can improve on, anything you may want me to react to in the future, and of course, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.